Hey everybody, and welcome back to what is likely to be the last episode of our Dark Souls Remastered Be the Man playthrough. When last we left off, we had upgraded our set of Silver Knight gear. We didn't upgrade the armor just because I don't think the armor is really all that important to upgrade. Obviously though, we wanted to upgrade the weapons and the shield. They are now upgraded, good to go. And I'm wondering what we should do next. I think since we're good with the Silver Knights, we could go ahead and tackle Gwyn, just for the heck of it. Because this would otherwise be a very short episode of going, or I'm Gwendolyn I meant, of going straight to Gwyn. Gwendolyn, we could tackle Gwendolyn. Who is a man, not a woman. FYI. So when last we left off, we talked about a lot of different things, sort of a smorgasbord of different topics. You know, it just occurred to me that we have Homeward Bones. Today's drink of choice is black coffee, hot, brewed from dark roast beans with nothing in it, plain black coffee. We are going to go to the Chamber of the Princess. I wanted to stress something from one of the previous episodes, and that is how you see yourself. Because I've talked to guys online, I've seen a lot of stuff, I've read a lot of stuff, I've watched a lot of videos on the topics, and one thing that people tell me is, including psychiatrists and counselors, the number one thing they feel like they need from people, from men specifically, is not only that they recognize where they are, they recognize whatever problems they currently have, but that they also believe that things can get better. If your mindset is that where you are now is just sort of a sticking point, it can't get better for you, this is where you're stuck, you know, try as you might, you just have the worst luck, and if that's your mindset, you're not really going to get a lot of change, most likely. I think where you're going to see the most change come from is, let's actually kindle that one more time, is from believing that not only recognizing where you are, but also believing that you can improve your life situation. I think that is absolutely critical. Because if you don't believe in your ability to change, it's going to be a lot harder. If not nearly impossible. You know what? I didn't even fully upgrade that to 20, did I? Whatever. Forget it. We'll upgrade the next bonfire down here, which is rarely ever used. It's basically the Gwendolyn bonfire. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. Here we go. I think I got this. This shouldn't be too hard. I don't think either one of them heals, so we shouldn't have to worry about them hitting up that Estus. Oh shoot, a little bit extra reach on that, huh? And now we can parry reliably without worried about the... Oh shoot! I thought he was that was an attack. He was just turning around. Oh shit. Oh, I actually punched him instead of trying to parry. Let me try that again. Oh, that's not a good parry. I'm finding this harder than I thought I would. Alright, let's try this again. Wow! I really just cannot get these parries, can I? Oh shoot, he's got me again. Finally! It's really not that hard to parry this guy. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness, that was close to death right there. Alright. That was more interesting than it should have been. Alright, let's pour this black coffee out, shall we? Not pour it out into the mug. How about that? I know you can hear that ASMR style. If you don't know what ASMR is, look it up. Type ASMR into YouTube. And I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry I exposed you to that. Now you know. It's on the weird side of YouTube. And here we go. Get that other Firekeeper's soul.
Very well. So be it. Expunging fools like you. But how? This...
She spent way too much time talking, not enough time fighting. Whoop. So I think we need to push this down another level. Yeah, I believe we do. Is this the right direction? Nope. No, it's not. Or maybe actually we don't need to push it down another level. Maybe that level was fine. Oh. Still doing that medium roll. I think this will count as, no, it's the bottom level. Oh, you know what we haven't done is the painted world. What do you guys think? Painted world? That might push us to another episode, actually. I'm pretty much done with most of the conversational points I had for this, so we'll skip the painted world, I think. One of the optional areas. We also have not done the, what is that place called? Something Lake. I didn't even think of it. Ash Lake. Ash Lake. We have not done that area either. Woo! Okay. So, how you see yourself is huge, because the way you see yourself is probably going to correlate pretty closely to the way you portray yourself to others and the way you act and behave. If you see yourself as the last four things we talked about, competent, capable, in charge, and worthwhile, then I think you're going to portray yourself more in that regard. You're going to put off more of that vibe. You're going to send this impression to people that you know what you're doing. At least you believe you know what you're doing. You're confident. You like yourself. That's an important one. It is huge to like yourself. I had to get to the point in my marriage where I realized I liked myself, but my ex-wife, I don't know how well aware she was of what she was doing, but she became that typical American unsatisfied, disgruntled, see everything as negative, blame the husband for everything kind of mentality, and she wanted me to be unhappy like she was unhappy. Misery loves company, and I just didn't want to go that route. I didn't want to be as unhappy as she was. And I would try to insist that I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with who I am. You shouldn't have to insist on that. You should just be happy with who you are. It's the idea that you're not wearing a mask. Your masculinity is not a mask. Rollo Tomasi talked about this before in one of his videos. It's not a mask. It's not something you hide behind. It's something you embrace. It's something you enjoy. It's something you revel in. You enjoy your masculinity. You enjoy your confidence. You enjoy your competence. You enjoy being in charge to the extent that you are of whatever, your life and whatever you're in charge of. You enjoy being or consider yourself a worthwhile individual. You consider yourself worthwhile. You are worth dating. You are worth getting with. And that's the notion. And this is more so than just like the way women would portray it. Like they would tell themselves they're worth it just because they exist. You say you're worth it because you perform, you earn it. You have a performance level that earns the worthiness that you ascribe to yourself. You accomplish things and goals. You're worth it because of what you do, not because of just because you were born or something. Alright, well, we got him one time there. If you have to get him at the right time, the best time to get him is just as he starts shooting the arrows. The first of the two series. Because he will always follow through with that second series of arrows. And that gives you plenty of time to catch up to him. Trying to dodge those, but that didn't work out, did it? Come on, bring out them arrows. You can always tell when the arrows are coming. Yep, right there. When he lifts up. Oh, shit. I did not mean to hit that. What a waste. I hate when I hit the wrong button. I released the B button and pushed back down on it so fast that it ended up doing a jump. Jump controls in this game suck, by the way, but you guys know that. Hitting the R3, or no, not R3, R2 button to jump is also sucky. Not R2. What's the jump in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, the alternative? It's clicking one of the sticks. That's also a really shitty maneuver. He pauses right before doing the arrow thingy, so it gives you a chance to sort of prepare for the run-in. Oh, okay, there we go. I might be able to just shoot him with lightning at this point. Yoink. That's easy to dodge the farther away you are. Okay. Had I run up to him right then, I wouldn't have had enough time to even get a single attack off, most likely, before he left. And done. That's how Gwendolyn is done.
Swathed in dark.
Victory achieved. I like that. That's clever. By the way, there is an end to the tunnel. Excuse me, these allergies got me going here. There's a portrayal of men in media we talked about in the last episode as being dunces, idiots. One of the things that men are portrayed as being a child. There's a term, man-child, kidult. He's a boy. These are terms that absolutely do not have female equivalents. There is no woman-child term. We don't say that. Nobody says it. Nobody accuses women of being children. Nobody says women are being really, it's extremely rare to hear women being accused of being immature. It's very common to hear some sort of immaturity insult levied at men. And why is that? Because men have the burden of performance, but also because women want to shame men into subservience to them. The idea here is that they're trying to shame you into doing what they think you should do. And when you see yourself as competent, capable, in charge, and worthwhile, and that in charge doesn't mean at work necessarily, it could be just your own life. When you see yourself as competent and capable, when you have confidence in yourself, you're not going to fall for all of those little tricks. When a woman in your life starts trying to shame you because you're still dating 4 different women and you should be settling down with just one, that doesn't faze you. Now, if you're not competent, if you feel like you're incompetent, if you feel kind of clueless, subordinate, if you feel unworthy, then yeah, there's definite possibility that that stuff is going to faze you. That if a woman comes along and says, oh, you don't know what you're doing and you're acting like a little man-child, you need to grow up and be mature and settle down with one woman. A mature man doesn't run around dating 6 different women. A mature man your age shouldn't be at the bar picking up girls, or shouldn't be doing this, or shouldn't be doing that. It's all about her trying to get you to limit yourself. And oftentimes it's because she knows she has limits. When women start hitting that wall, when they realize that, you know, they can't just keep going. They're not as pretty as they used to be. They're not as young as they used to be. They're not as sexually virile as they used to be, if that's the right terminology. Then they start to get upset. They start to want to lash out, and they often lash out the men around them. That's why a lot of women get even more offended by their husbands or boyfriends noticing other women as they get older. When a woman is younger, most women don't get as jealous if, for example, they'll notice that if a woman's 25 and her 27-year-old boyfriend notices another woman, it's not the end of the world. It's not the biggest deal in the world. In fact, some of these younger women might even consider a threesome with their boyfriend and another woman. But as women get older, many of them you'll find start getting more and more offended and bothered. I'm trying to think of where we want to go. We should try to knock out something else before we go to Gwen. How about, is there some quick enemy or boss we could fight? No? Well, let's do this. Let's let's pave the way to Gwen once here. Get through all of his Black Knights. And see how we feel about finishing up a little bit early. She will get upset because she knows she's hit the wall. She knows she's not looking any better. Her looks are going downhill. She's becoming less attractive. She's becoming less, even the term really available. Like, her availability, as seen by other men, has decreased because other men will prefer her less. And this is even true of men her own age. You got to think about this. If you're 45 years old, as a man, think about it this way. You're a 45-year-old man. You've got your stuff together, okay? You make a good amount of money. You have a good job. You got some money in savings. You got a decent car. You've watched my videos, so you've gone to find other people. You've looked up fashion, so you start to dress a little better. You're acting better now because you've sort of figured out what to do. You've learned a lot about women from my videos, from other people on Twitter and other social media platforms, from talking to guys, from experience with women. You've figured out a lot. You've come a long way. You're a more mature man now. You've got a house. You've got stuff kind of settled in. You're looking better now because you've been hitting the gym nonstop for a few years, at least 3 times a week. You've been getting your diet in order. You're eating right. You're eating healthy. You're eating more natural, whole foods. And now, you're 45 years old. You're looking pretty good. You arguably look better than you ever have. I look better at nearly 40 years old than I did at 20, without question. I've shown people pictures, and they easily agree. There's no doubt I look better. This doesn't happen for women. Women don't look better as they age. As a general rule, that's just not the case. You're not going to find a 40-year-old woman who looks significantly better than she did at 20. Now, granted, if she was super fat and unhealthy at 20, and she got in really good shape at 40 and put on makeup and does her hair now and dresses nice, maybe, that's really a stretch, though. That's really a stretch for a woman. Men, on the other hand, can look their best in their late 30s, even early 40s. And as men age, they tend to age like a fine wine. Women tend to age like milk. They just get worse. But men tend to age well. Like, even the salt and pepper look, a little bit of gray, some moderate wrinkling of the face. For a lot of men, this can look rugged. It can look refined. It can look like, he has experience. And these are things that just don't apply to women because of how beauty standards work. Just basic biology. We don't see women that way. It's mainly a biological drive to have children. Whether you realize it or not, that is your drive as men. You don't think about it that way. You may literally think in your mind, I really, really don't want to have any kids. Maybe you think you don't want to have them now, you don't want to have them ever. But why do you think it is you have a desire to have sex? Why do you desire to get with chicks? It's to have sex with them, and what is that for? To impregnate them so that they have babies. That is the ultimate desire behind that. I'm not saying you have to want to have babies, not at all. I'm just saying that's the biological basis for that desire. That's the reason you want to have, bedroom fun with these girls, is because of the basic biological desire to procreate. It's built into you as the desire to have bedroom action, let's say. I shouldn't use too many direct and vulgar terms too often. Not that the sex word is vulgar, but you can't trust YouTube and their filters. They have automatic filters that go through and scan videos and flag them as inappropriate. I do already set my content as not appropriate for children, so I feel like it shouldn't matter at that point, but whatever. You'll also notice something that, although women don't look as good as they get older, that doesn't mean that they won't still cheat or have an affair or run off or get divorced, or all those factors still play in, but these women oftentimes are less happy. I read a study, and I really need to bookmark all of these. This was years ago. That women often see all this stuff that Rollo Tomasi refers to as divorce porn. The movies and TV shows and books about women who have been married for a while. They don't like their husbands. They divorce their husbands, and then they live happily ever after, and everything's great, and they meet some wonderful guy, and that's divorce porn. For women, that's like the women's version of porn. It's all about her emotions and all this other crap, and And it's always like a fantasy setting. Oh shit. I missed that parry, by the way. In case you couldn't tell. You know, for men, the porn is more like direct. It's like, here's this chick that's always available. She wants to do everything he wants to do. She's hot, young, and attractive. That's kind of the guy's pornography, so to speak. Well, directly. The woman's pornography is more emotional and fulfills those emotional needs. Like her desire to leave her brutish, evil, bad husband because, you know, he's bad because, well, you know, he's bad. Not because she did anything or because she helped contribute to the decline of the relationship. And then she wants to run off with another guy. So just be aware of that. However, the good news is the 35 plus, 40 plus dating scene, much better for men than it is for women. Much better for men. No doubt about it. No matter how disillusioned you may feel about the whole situation, trust me, you are in such a better place. Especially if they're kids, because women often get the kids primarily, whether you like it or not. Women often have this sense that they need to give more care and time to the kids than maybe they really need to. Or should, but anyway, they become more of a burden on children. And men typically don't want to date single mothers with younger children, at least. There's a difference if the kids are old enough to be on their own. When the kids are not old enough to be on their own, you need babysitters, you need this, you need that. It can be a pain in the ass to deal with. Let's go through this at least one more time. I don't want to end the episode quite yet. This is some good coffee. It's the Trader Joe's Dark Roast Beans. How much do we need to gain another level? Soul of Gwendolyn. Definitely not going to use anything he gives us. Oh, I think I need like another 10,000 some. We'll level up after fighting through these guys one more time. You'll be in such a better place. So even if you've made that mistake, even if you're a bit older like I am, and you're looking at divorce, or you're thinking about divorce, thinking about leaving the wife you're with right now, you will be much better off than her. Now, if you want to get things in order first, that's not a bad idea. If you can stand to live with her for another year, work out hard. Hit the gym hard as soon as the gym reopens, because I know we're still going, as of the recording of this video, we're still going through this nonsense, overblown, hyped virus bullshit. But where they shut everything down, even though that's proven not to work statistically. But anyway, enough about that. You can take a year, just deal with her during this year. Keep things going the way they are as best you can. And then get yourself in order. Like, set aside some money for a while. And you might want to get with a divorce attorney first. Like, let the divorce attorney know, hey, I'm planning on leaving my wife in the next year or two, but I want to set aside money for myself. How can I do that in the most legal and safe way possible that won't look bad to the courts and won't be illegal? Obviously. What you can do before filing for divorce is radically different than what you can do afterwards. You don't want to be seen as hiding money. That's not a good look. Judges don't like that. But you can get money ready before anyone files for divorce. You just got to be careful that, you know, you don't want to look like you're stashing it away in a, you know, offshore Cayman account or something. Oh, damn. I swear, they have this way of, like, running at you as soon as you start chugging. Woo! Here, come here, buddy. Okay, well, that didn't work. But, hey, we got a backstab out of it. So get yourself together for a year. Take a year. Hit the gym hard. And when I say hard, I mean 5-6 times a week. At least 3 to 5 times a week. Hit the gym. Work out. Try some different programs. Work with a program for a while. If that one isn't giving you what you want after about a month or two, switch to another program. Get your diet in order. Make sure you're eating healthy. You know, look this stuff up online on YouTube. You can look for other resources. Like I said, my channel isn't one where we get into the specifics of exercise programs. We might at some point, but not really my thing to get that specific about it. You can find different programs like a 5x5 or a starting strength or a 3 times a week whole body workout or an upper lower split, or, you know, there are a bunch of different ways to work out. There are different thought processes on food. Whether you want to do keto for a while, which is low carb, whether you want to do more like a paleo style, whether you want to just try natural, more whole foods, and be open to being able to eat a wide variety, not have some of the limitations that would come with a diet like, say, keto. That's a good idea. That's more of the kind. I eat a semi-paleo style diet, but it's not really strict. I try to eat more natural whole foods. I do drink milk. Occasionally have wheat products, but I try to avoid them for the most part. I don't do so well on gluten. I'm not gluten intolerant. I don't have celiac disease to my knowledge, but I just feel like I feel better without eating gluten. I'm not anti-dairy. I know a lot of people are, but anyway, get all that stuff together. Take a year, even if you have to, 2 years. I know that sounds like a ton of time, but let's say you've been married for 5, 10 years, right? Or you're 40 years old, so you've been around for 40 some years, right? What's it going to matter at this point to take 1 more year to get everything together? That way, when you hit the dating scene, you're going to be looking good, feeling good, you're going to be set financially. That's the way to do it. Have some money saved up. Put yourself in a good position to where when you do leave her, when you do file for divorce, you're sitting pretty. You're looking good. You're looking good. You're feeling good. Your finances are in order, and you're emotionally ready for it. You want to be emotionally ready for it in such a way that you can turn off the feelings, so to speak. You can just handle it in the best way possible, and that's a lot of it's going to depend on her, obviously. She can draw it out, drag it out, make it an emotional nightmare, but you don't have to respond to everything. So anyway, that's how to get out of a bad marriage. You want to plan it and execute it like pretend like you're a general overseeing a war. The divorce is the war. You're the general in charge. Your lawyer is your second in command, who is your advisor. And you want to make sure you tackle it in the best way possible so that you come out owing the least amount of money, losing the least amount of money, losing the least amount of anything, getting the most of everything, and in the best position possible. Let's see what we can do with this, guys. All right, here we go. We're going to see how... Oh, I meant to level up. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. Or am I? Oh, I forgot about that attack. That one-handed smashdown attack is kind of funny. That one. 1, 2. Whoa. He hit me while I hit him. So I think I actually parried him and he hit me. Which is totally possible. It happens, guys. Oh, damn. He did the quick one. Darn it. No, that one's almost impossible to parry by sight. All right. We died. So sad. Question is always, do you run past the knights or do you fight them? We're going to fight them for now just because I'm running a little slower with a medium roll. But for those of you that are younger, say you're in your late teens, early 20s, mid-20s even, not married, I would not worry about a long-term relationship right now. I don't think that should even be on part of your game plan until 30 or beyond. I think we talked about that earlier in the episode. Now, granted, if you're 29 and you know a woman comes along who seems like she's fitting all the right criteria and none of the red flags, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that 30 is some strict cutoff date. Like, you absolutely cannot get married at 29, but 30 is okay. I wouldn't recommend marriage at all, but since most of you probably will do it anyway, then make sure you get a prenuptial agreement beforehand. Both of you have your own lawyer for that. Don't fall for the shaming tactics. They call you a boy. They say that you're not a real man. This is a common thing that you just don't hear applied to women. It's just almost unheard of. Like, when do you ever hear women or men say, well, a real woman wouldn't? I mean, maybe sometimes, but for the most part, you don't hear that. A real woman would do X. A real woman wouldn't do Y. But you hear that all the time about men. A real man would stand up and help raise another man's child. A real man would date a single mom. A real man wouldn't be threatened that she's had 42 sexual partners in the past. That's something to be aware of. That a real man argument. No, please don't fall for those. Okay. You are a real man by your standards, not hers, not society's, not your mother's, not your sister, not your female coworkers. You decide what a real man is and does. That's alpha. A lot of people come to individuals like Rollo Tomasi or Richard Cooper, Rhinestone, and say, hey, is it alpha to do X or is it alpha to do Y? And that's not a terrible question. I mean, is it alpha to, be singing a Miley Cyrus song in the car with your girlfriend sitting next to you? No, that's definitely not alpha. Doesn't mean you could never do that as a joke or be stupid. I'm not saying no, but obviously that's not alpha. However, the general concept of alpha is it's not the biological or species concept where like there's a wolf or there's a gorilla or something. We're not talking about that because humans don't have that. The alpha is a typeset or a typecast for a type of guy who does his own thing, who takes charge of his own life, owns his own shit, so to speak. Alpha is as alpha does. So when you ask a question like, is it alpha to do X? Well, I mean, that's kind of the wrong question. Although certainly there are things that it would be very hard to be alpha while doing, like singing a Miley Cyrus song unless you're just making fun of it or something. The alpha thing to do is whatever you as an alpha want to do. So, you could think, well, it's alpha to play the guitar, but it's not alpha to play the violin. It doesn't work that way. If you play the violin while being an alpha in every aspect of your life, while being confident, loving the violin, focusing on it, you can be alpha and play the violin. It's not as simple as which instrument you pick. You can be alpha and play the flute. Is it going to be a little harder? Yes. Because there's a perception around it. Can you be alpha and watch anime? Sure, but it'll be a little tougher because anime is inherently seen as more of a sort of beta activity. Like beta males watch anime. Beta males play violin. Beta males play the flute. Alpha males play the guitar and the drums. So, to ask, is it alpha? I think a better question would be, how do I always make sure to portray everything I do as alpha? What are some of the good characteristics or character traits of an alpha? Rather than, is this one particular thing alpha? Because you can make it alpha. Whew, he did 2 of those fast attacks. Oh, nice. Oh, damn. I knew he was going to do that. Oh, yeah. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. He kept doing that same damn attack. That quick swipe, that's very difficult to parry. I don't think you can parry it on view alone. I think you have to either anticipate it or just roll out of the way or something. Alright, let's try this again. I'm glad I didn't waste more time doing something else. Anytime I anticipate that it won't take me long to kill Gwen, it always takes me long to kill Gwen. I'm just not as good at parrying him as I thought I was. As I'd like to be. Whoops. Way off. Well, at least we get a bunch of souls and upgrade materials from all these Black Knights. and some unneeded, oh shit, and some unneeded Black Knight gear. What? Oh, it was an elevation issue. If you're not at the right elevation, you won't get the riposte. Sometimes you can get a parry, but can't do the riposte because of where you're at in the elevation. Damn. Blew 3 Estus Flasks on that guy. So, is it alpha to do X? Well, that's up to you, for the most part. I think that's a better way to put it to people, to men. Don't think of it as this thing is alpha, this thing isn't alpha. Think of it as how you make it alpha. As long as you own it, people can't use it against you, for the most part. If people know that something bothers you, they'll use it against you. I've had some stuff in my past. I've had people bring it up to poke fun at me. I own it, laugh about it, turn it around, use it as a measure of experience, status. You know, bad things that happen to you, you can use them to look good. For example, you think that you got in a fight, right? Some guy whooped your ass and you got a scar from it. Well, you got a scar. You have a scar. Now you can tell people about the fight you were in, right? Oh, look at that. He committed suicide. The scar shows that you were in a fight and you survived. And you can tell people about the experience. You don't even have to tell them you won. You can tell them you lost. But you can tell them what you learned. You can tell them that you stood up and fought. You can turn that around to be a pro. Oh shit! Well, there goes all the souls in there in Gwen's lair. And then he just walks off like a badass. Hopefully we can knock this out before this episode's over. Be kind of pointless to start a new episode and do nothing more than just fight Gwen. So, with all that, keep in mind that when you're living life to your own standards, you will not find that everything is necessarily easier. I think you'll feel better about a lot of things initially, but what you'll find is a lot of resistance. You'll find a lot of pushback, especially from family and friends that knew you before the change. They will like the old you for 2 main reasons. The first being that people just like consistency. Consistency is huge. They don't want you to change. They want to know the old familiar you that's you is still there. And the other big reason is because they don't like the idea that they can't get what they want out of you anymore, that you're doing your own thing, that they can't make you do things, that they can't pressure you into doing things they used to, that they don't have control over you that they used to have. People enjoy that control. They really, really do. So keep in mind, if you decide to go alpha, follow all this advice, you have to be careful if you're already married. Because if you're not with the right kind of woman, if she's one of the bad ones, she is, you know, you can't convert every woman by just being alpha enough. You know, that's a myth. The idea that as long as you're an alpha enough and strong enough man that you can convert any woman over and get her to recognize how great the relationship is and how great you are, it doesn't always work that way, trust me. There are some women, they're just terrible. They're damaged goods, they're bipolar, they're some of them straight up schizophrenic, like straight up legit mentally ill. Some of them are narcissistic and it's all about them and they obsess over themselves. Some are just bound and determined to be unhappy and angry all the time. For all you know, your wife that you married is repressing her lesbian desires or something. She really likes women, and you know that she's angry and bitter at you all the time because she's not following that lead that she thinks she has. You just never know what's going on with people. She could be an alcoholic or a drug addict or just super lazy. There are a lot of lazy women out there, a lot of lazy women, and we just let that slide because we don't think of women as needing to prove themselves and perform. We recognize laziness in men very easily. Not so much in women, though. Because especially stay-at-home moms, it's very easy for them to be lazy. I know stay-at-home moms that they do the bare minimum necessary and spend the rest of the time binge watching Netflix shows. Or just lying around napping or whatever. And then bitch and complain about how hard it is to raise children when they did barely anything but feed the kids, clothe them, and barely clean anything. That's not really taking care of a house. Oh my goodness, I don't know how that didn't hit me. Oh shit. Got him. Alright, well we only blew through 2 Estus. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Here's hoping this one works. Whoop. Here we go. No souls to pick up. Oh. Yeah, that first one, I think it's just better to dodge it, obviously, than to try to parry it. Oh, I tried to parry it again. Sometimes it's hard to tell what attack is coming, though, you know? Oh, got that one. Oh. Okay. Oh, damn, that was a 3-hit combo. I couldn't get out of it. Damn. I do get tired of fighting this guy at the end of these. I don't know why, I just can't parry him like I used to. I feel like my skill in fighting Gwen has gone down. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that could happen. I thought I'd try it just now, and I was pretty sure there'd be a wall there. But there you go. Now you know, guys. You die. Interesting. So there is no one special woman. There is no soulmate for you, but there are definitely some bad choices. That's for sure. I think all men have discovered that. There are definitely some bad choices. By the way, if you're wondering what happened to the last episode, unless I found a way to fix it, because I haven't finished editing it yet, for some odd reason, I have no idea. It's not the hard drive space. That's fine. The end of the video, the gameplay, the video of the gameplay didn't record, but the audio from the gameplay recorded. Not my commentary audio. That's a separate track that I record in a separate file. I use Audacity to record that. But literally, like, the gameplay footage, the footage itself stopped, but the audio from the footage continued at the end. So, like, the last, I don't know, about a minute or so. Which is really weird. I've never had that happen before, ever. I use NVIDIA Shadowplay to do the recording. So I guess Shadowplay just screwed up. I don't know what else to say about that. That was a really weird way for it to screw up, too. Record audio, but no video. Wow, you see that, Perry? This may be a little tougher than I thought to tackle Gwen. Ornstein is not the man to do it. It's very hard to fight him without parrying because he just attacks so quickly all the time. He attacks quickly in rapid succession, does a lot of damage, staggers often. It moves very fast. I have no shield, so I can't block. And I'm medium rolling, so rolling out of the attacks is not easy. Oh, I thought I could kill him before he got me. Darn it. Waste an Estus. Although I rarely use 20 Estus flasks on Gwen. Okay. Ending the Be the Man series. Hopefully this is it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make this the one. Okay, we got this. We got this guy. Oh, shit. Oh, damn! Woo! That worked, but we'll see. I don't think I've ever gotten that to work before. All his health is back, though. Oh, there we go. Okay. I can't believe I actually achieved that. I so rarely am able to do that. I don't know if I've ever actually done it before. Managed to do a quit out like that. Well, hang on now. What happened to this one? He just disappeared? Whatever, that's fine by me. I bugged it out. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I was fighting the Great Axe one, and the Halberd one just disappeared. Straight up. Oh shit. Ah, those parries. Might have to turn this into another episode, guys. I might end up going to the Painted World or something else. Speaking of competent, capable, in charge, and worthwhile, am I competent to fight Gwen? Is it a lack of confidence in my competence? Whoop. I wonder if I should just run this now at this point. Might be faster than fighting them all one by one. Though I don't know how much easier they'll catch up with me now that I'm only medium running. Oh no. I'm using the claw method so I can hold the B button down while also moving the analog stick. It involves using my finger to push the B button and then the thumb on the stick. I think it's called the claw grip. Oh shit. Woo! I can't believe I did not fall. That is incredible. Alright, here we go. I recovered miraculously. And this guy's back. Okay, since we don't have to buff anything or use anything, we can just go straight in, no problem. Boom. Get away from that before they hit me right through the fog gate, which is definitely a possibility. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, that was another fast one. Oh, no. Maybe I should just, try it without parrying. I haven't fought him without parrying in quite a while. One more, guys. One more. On that subject we were talking about earlier about the man-child. Man babies. Another term you're here. Here. Let me try that again. Here is not a real man. We talked about a real man would. Well, a real man. You'll also hear, well, that's not a real man. Or, you're not a real man. Oh, God, I hate that fucking move. It's always got this, like, pinpoint accuracy on it. Let's see if we can get there. We'll probably die on the way. You don't hear the same about women, obviously. She's not a real woman. You just don't hear that. It sounds strange, even. Just keep in mind, everybody, yourself included, whether you realize it or not, believes that men have the burden of performance. You have to live up to some standard. You have to live up to expectations. You have to do something to earn it. That's why that advice about just believe in yourself doesn't work for men. And that's why it works for women. Because women erroneously believe that they are worthwhile just because they were born. They don't have to do anything to earn it. They're just special because they're women. That's the teaching of feminism, really. Why should women be paid an equal amount to men? Just because they're women. Not because they earn it. Like, they will argue against you endlessly about whether or not they've earned equal pay. It doesn't matter to them. They don't think they need to earn it. They should just get it because they're women. Damn, I've never actually, can't remember last time I got hit by that attack. Shit. There we go. I saved it. Golly. I'm telling you, he attacks so quickly I can't even recover when I'm staggered. I was trying to get to this right here and kite him around that. He just moves so fast. Alright guys, well, we're going to call it here. I hate that this happens. It happens so often. We should just expect it now. I will see you guys in the next episode where we'll finish up the Be the Man playthrough, Dark Souls Remastered. I'm Fox with FoxeoGames. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave your comments down below. Follow me on social media. Twitter is where I'm most active. All those links are in the description. And with that, I will see you guys later.